Cookery Grade 10, First Quarter. Prepare egg, cereal, and starch dishes. Cookery Grade 10, First Quarter. Lesson 2, Learning Outcome Number 2. Our topic is Prepare and cook starch and cereal dishes. One of the properties of starch is viscosity, which is the resistance to flow of starch and modified starch paste. In the preparation and cooking of starch and cereal dishes, factors affecting starch paste viscosity and starch gel strength should be considered. Factors affecting starch paste viscosity and starch gel strength. First is the strength or other factor, stirring amount and type. This is a gelatinized cornstarch dispersion that is likely to break. The granules broke apart due to stirring. Second is the kind and amount of starch. Certain type of starch will influence the characteristics of the starch paste viscosity and gel strength. Generally speaking, with native starches, the greater the amount of amylopectin, the more viscous the starch paste, whereas the greater the amount of amylase, the firmer the gel is. Greater the gel strength. Another factors affecting starch paste viscosity and starch gel strength is the heating rate. The faster starch water dispersion is heated, the thicker it will be at the identical endpoint temperature. Next is the endpoint temperature. Each type of starch has a specific endpoint temperature at which it will undergo optimum gelatination. Incompletely gelatinized starch will not attain optimum starch paste viscosity or gel strength. Overgelatination results in decreased starch paste viscosity and gel strength because the swollen granules fragmented with stirring or imploded due to extensive loss of amylase from the granule. Next is the cooling and storage conditions. If cooled too fast, the amylase will not have time to form the vital micelles necessary for the three-dimensional structure. If cooled too slow, the amylase fraction will have a chance to align too much and become too close together, and the liquid portion will not be trapped in the micelles. In both instances, there will be weeping and syneresis, the contraction of gel accompanied by separating out of liquid. Next is the ingredients added. It may be acid, enzyme, sugar, fat, and emulsifier. Addition of acids or enzyme can also cause dextrinization or the process of forming dextrins. Dextrin is a pale powder obtained from starch used mainly as an adhesive. In making kalamansi pudding or pie, if the juice is added early in the gelatination process, dextrinization of the starch will occur, resulting in decreased viscosity and gel strength. Adding sugar will delay or inhibit gelatination of starch. Starch pudding with excess sugar will be less viscous or form less firm gel. A cake may collapse as the structural contribution of starch is delayed or inhibited. Decrease starch paste viscosity and gel strength because the sugar added to water won't be available for gelatination. The kind of sugar used also affect viscosity. Fat and surfactants will serve to waterproof the starch granules so that the water will not penetrate as readily during the gelatination process. The functions of starch and its application in Filipino dishes. It may be used as thickening agent for sauces, gravies, pie, fillings, and soups. It can be used in the sweet and sour sauce, lechon, lumpia, kare-kare, or palabok, 5 peeling for mango, buko, apple or pineapple, and soups like arroz caldo. Next is for gelling, for puddings or kakanin. Bread pudding like mahabalangka, sapin-sapin, kunchinta, kasaba, or bibingka. For binding and filling, meat loaves and meat emulsions. It can be used in making luncheon meat, hot dogs, Vienna sausage, chicken nuggets, chicken balls, ukoy, or tempura. Next is for stabilizing. For beverage, syrup, salad dressing, it can be used in chocolate drinks, fruit drinks, yogurt drinks, or cooked dressings. Next is for moisture retaining for cake fillings and candies, cake rolls, and crisp fillings. Next is for coating or ducting. It can be used in breads, confectionery, and pastries like pandesal, biscuits, candies, and espasol. Next is for diluent for baking powder or making cupcakes. Next is for coloring like toast, breadcrumbs for polvoron, lechon sauce, kare-kare sauce, or breadings. The following are the common problems in starch cookery. Number 1 is the thinning of gel. This problem is usually encountered when using acid or acid ingredients such as lemon or vinegar. Number 2 is the weak gel. Weak gel results if there is too much liquid in relation to the starch. Number 3 is the skin formation. Skin formation is due to loss of water from the starch and protein molecules near the surface of the mixture. To reduce this problem, cover container of the starch gel with a waterproof cover. Number 4 is the scorching. This can be avoided by temperature control and constant stirring so the starch granules do not settle at the bottom of the cooking pan. Number 5 is the raw starch flavor. This is due to ungelatinized starch. Principles in cooking cereals. In cooking all cereal products, the following points should be observed. Number 1, use a double boiler. Number 2, observe carefully the correct proportions of cereal, water, and salt. Number 3, cook at boiling temperature. Number 4, watch the time by the clock and always cook the full time prescribed, preferably longer. Number 5, serve attractively. And number 6, improper cooking and poor serving are largely responsible for unpopularity of cereal foods. This is Maylene Huliganga. Thank you for watching.